Shalom, Kol Haloim La, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Racha Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. It's the brother Azariah back again with more news and prophecy. Just a few things going on. So we'll get right into it. This here from BBC. Canada Rail shut down, threatens U.S. supply chains. And one thing about all these uprisings and protests that you're seeing happen around the earth, a lot of this stuff is not organic. I'll repeat again. Many of these events are not organic. They're funded, all right, by the likes of George Soros, all right, the Gates of Hell, BG, you know, the Rothschilds, the elite bankers, all right, because why? You know, they want to bring instability to the Western world so that they can break this, this current system down and set up something new. All right, so what you're seeing in the UK, what you're seeing in Australia, Canada, America, especially with the migrant surge, all these things have been orchestrated purposefully. Okay, so we need to get that understood. So this Canada Rail shutdown, all right, this is another one of those pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 9th chapter, when you see uprisings, or matter of fact, Salaki, it says uproars of the people in the world. All right, so you're seeing all these things take place in this time. It says critical supply chains are under threat across North America after a rail labor dispute in Canada led to shutdown of freight traffic on the country's two largest railways. Canadian National Railway and Canadian Pacific, Kansas City, locked out nearly 9,300 workers after midnight on Thursday after failing to clinch a late deal with the Teamsters Union. Hours after the strike began, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said the federal government would soon announce steps to resolve the work stoppage. "We are not taking this lightly," he told reporters in Sherbrooke, Quebec. "We are on this." Canada sends around 75% of all the goods it exports to the U.S., mostly over rail. A prolonged dispute could disrupt shipments of a wide range of goods, from grains and beans to potash, coal, and timber. The lockout will also snarl commutes for tens of thousands of people in Toronto, Montreal, and Vancouver, where lines rely on CPKC-owned tracks. Canada, the world's second largest country by area, relies heavily on rail transport. All right, so we've seen this before with the truckers. Truckers, going on strike because certain deals are not made in these unions. All right, but this is happening now, and this is a still ongoing thing. So more, news will come out on it. But this thing is a pretty big deal. All right, because Mexico and Canada, they supply, America imports a lot of goods from these countries. See? So the fact that these supply chains are being disrupted and shut down, all right, that's leading to there being less work for Egypt as a whole, all right, for Babylon the Great, which is spiritual Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And that's written as well. There shall be no more work for Egypt, which the tail, head, branch, or rush may do. So the Lord is drying up the work in this place, and you see it. People, really can't find work. It's hard to land a job, what I'm saying, if you don't have one already. The job report is abysmal, to say the least. People are losing jobs left and right. People are, afraid of getting laid off right now because the economy is so bad. The latest job report I saw, it said that, jobs pretty much dipped 800%. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much like 100,000 jobs being lost a day, which is crazy. You see, so that just goes to show you that America is going out of business. You see, because this place ain't nothing but a big corporation. You see, and when you have businesses that, start to close down, close locations, they start to move, and things like that. They start to downsize their workforce. You know what I'm saying? Then they're not going to tell you that the economy is bad, but that's a sign right there that the economy is bad. And you saw the same thing back with the last financial crisis in 2008, which America never really fully recovered from. But we're in that time now where a bigger crash is about to come. See, along with these grid outages and cyber attacks that are gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? This is really gonna cripple America, and it's gonna make people drop to their knees, and ultimately they're gonna receive that chip. Okay, so just watch out for this. Like I said, this is fresh. I saw this morning. You know what I'm saying? So, information is still coming out on this, but if they don't come to agreement on this, then this is gonna have very, very dangerous consequences for Canada, America, as well as Mexico. All right. So let's go here now, because this is crazy too, which we shouldn't be surprised by this, because remember earlier this year, Cuba, the same thing happened in Cuba, where their whole financial banking system was shut down. People woke up and their bank accounts was wiped out. All right. People couldn't go to the bank, take their money out. There was panic and chaos. Like, I'm not sure what's going on out there now, but I remember, brothers doing lessons on that earlier this year. But this is coming to America. You see what I'm saying? And we already know that they pushing that draconian, hardcore NWO agenda out there in Australia. They pretty much been the most prominent example of what they really want to bring to America, as far as martial law and lockdowns. Like remember during the pandemic, they was actually putting people inside determined camps, that didn't take the juice. You see? So Australia, they're extremely draconian over there. And, it's really because they don't really have no rights like that. You know what I'm saying? And the people don't have access to firearms. See? So the elites is going hardcore over there. So developing chaos as thousands of Aussies are locked out of their bank accounts due to tech outage. Let me drink some water real quick. Throat kind of dry. It's chaos over there. Thousands of Aussies, Australians are locked out of their bank accounts due to a tech outage. All right. And this is coming. I mean, the WEF have already warned you that there's going to be a comprehensive cyber attack. That damn devil, Klaus Schwab, he told you about that at the very beginning of the pandemic. So we in that season where they about to bring these things forth. Furious NAB bank customers have been struck by a major tech outage impacting its internet, mobile, and desktop banking services. More than 1,900 complaints were made to tech monitoring website Down Detector by 4:30 p.m. Thursday by frustrated customers who couldn't use the bank app and other online services. A NAB spokesperson told Daily Mail Australia at 6:39 p.m. that its services were up and running again. The first reports of NAB services being down came in around 3:50, according to Down Detector. So these devils, really over I would say the past 4 to 5 months, you've been having a lot of outages. Okay, you've been having pharmacy outages, like you've been having bank outages. You've been having like cell phone carriers, like they've been, their service has been weird, like internet, everything. Like a few weeks ago, the internet went out for like 2 to 3 hours. I was like, damn, what I'm saying? Like, what happened to the internet? You see what I'm saying? So the bottom line is these devils are about to shut stuff down, to the point where you ain't about to have access to nothing. Like, you literally about to be in the dark. And it reminds me of a Boondocks episode. I think it was that episode where they was bugging out over the chicken. You know, they was bugging out over, you know, over that chicken, man. And I think the power had went out or something like that. Or maybe the power didn't go out, but I think stuff was locked down because people was going so crazy over that chicken. Y'all brothers probably know what I'm talking about. But you had Obama on the news. You know, he was pretty much sitting up nice. You know, he was telling the people everything's gonna be okay for me, but not for you. You know, you know, and I actually remember that, man. But you know that's really how it's gonna be. You know, people gonna be in the dark, and you know, people might have a radio, and they might have, you know, special services going on or whatever to update people, and that's pretty much how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But these banks are definitely being attacked and going back, you know, 2-3 weeks a month. Like reports was coming out of Australia that they banks was being cyber attacked like every hour of the day. You see what I'm saying? So this was only a matter of time, and you know now apparently the services are back up, but they really about to pull the plug though. All right, they really about to pull the plug because they want to go completely cashless in Australia anyway. Like this is already known. So you know we already know what's gonna come of all this. You know the you know digital system. You know the MOTB. All right. This is you know Esau. He about to lose his damn mind. Well, he has lost his mind. All right, because he see that judgment is coming to him. You know he knows time is short. So he gotta, you know, just speed up the process. You know what I'm saying? Because like remember before, it was a 2030 agenda. Now it's a right now agenda. Now it's Project 2025, right? So they, you know, these devils know, you know, seeing the chariots, seeing the judgment that's going on within the earth, like they just see what's going on, and they're also communing with these left hand spirits. So these spirits are pretty much telling them like, yeah, hey, we gotta, you know, speed things up. Like, you know, the Lord is coming back soon. So these devils, they kicking in the overdrive. You see what I'm saying? So now they messing with the banks. They messing with your money, all type of stuff, man. All right. And in a flash scenario where these banks do go out, people gonna lose their damn mind. You know what I'm saying? Then this current administration, you know, they're about defunding the police. You know, migrants are out here just doing whatever they want. All right, so the grounds are already set for chaos and anarchy, like how you see happening in the UK, to come to America, you know, to happen in Australia. And once again, you know, these things are being funded. You know, this chaos is being funded, man. See? So now we can get this last one, all right, coming from, you know, the devil himself, you know, Klaus. You know, WEF document confirms 6 billion humans will be deleted in 2025. See? So we know that mass death is already on the earth, but it's about to get to another level. You know, and this is really the purging that the Most High is about to do. But who is the Most High using? He using his sword, which is Esau, the wicked. All right. So this is, you know, the devil is doing it, you know, Esau, but is behind him. This is really the wrath of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. All right. So they talking about 6 billion. All right. Which I believe there's what, like 8 billion people on the earth right now, something like that. So they want to knock off the majority. You see? Now just imagine how fearful the people are going to be in that day when this does come to pass. All right, because keep in mind, you got diseases out here that's running rampant. You know, these devils are spraying stuff, you know, spraying diseases, and you know they're poisoning the food. They're, you know, engineering a you know, artificial famine. You see what I'm saying? So they're gonna use, you know, different means to knock people off. You know what I'm saying? And these documents are out now, pretty much exposing that wicked desire. A World Economic Forum report hiding in plain sight confirms that upwards of 6 billion people will be deleted in 2025. And according to reports from Davos, Klaus Schwab has confirmed the stated goal is on target to be achieved. Hey, you Jakes out there that's playing around, taking this thing lightly. You gonna find out real soon who the devil is, all right? And you gonna find out real soon that what you trusted in this world, it ain't, it's not gonna do you no type of good in the days to come. All right. The global elite have been warning us about their plans to radically depopulate the earth. And yeah, they've been talking about this for years. Even before the pandemic, like you had these devils talking about depopulation and the earth is overcrowded and all of this, which the earth isn't overcrowded. It's just that you got everybody in all these damn cities. You see what I'm saying? Like there's more than enough, land on the earth for everybody to live comfortably. But what Esau has done, he's crowded people into these cities, and now the cities are overcrowded, and it's just dirty, and there's not enough opportunity in a city for everybody to go around. Really, the way people are supposed to live is everyone is supposed to have their own land. They're supposed to cultivate it and produce for themselves. Okay. That's the way that it was in the ancient world. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, you've always had cities, but in the ancient world, like cities wasn't, really overcrowded like that. All right. You had, the main part of the city, then you had the outskirts. You know what I'm saying? But most people lived in the countryside, lived in the rural areas, really like the king, like the king and his subjects, those around them, they would be in the city like that. You know what I'm saying? And if you were wealthy enough to, own property in that city, but you were really under jurisdiction of the king. You know what I'm saying? But in today's time, everything just out of order. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you see what you see in these cities. Now they're bringing chaos to these cities. So now people are trying to flee the cities. Now they're trying to go to the wilderness, go to the outskirts, where there isn't that much, hell being put on them. But if you ain't right, you still gonna get got. It don't matter where you at. Right? And now the results are playing out before our eyes. See here. It says WEF co-founder Klaus Schwab was caught boasting in a loose-lipped moment with reporters that Agenda 2030 is a red herring or ruse to throw normies off the scent. In reality, check this out, because this is the point I was just saying. In reality, the situation is more urgent than that. Why is it more urgent? Because they see that pursuant to Revelation 12:12, the devil knows that he has a short time. Now, they just said 2030 to make people believe, oh, yeah, well, we got time until this thing kicks in. But no, these devils are urgent. See? These devils are urgent with the agenda, man. Like, they're not going to wait till no damn 20. And as a matter of fact, they don't have until 2030, and they know that. See? That's why they try and put this thing in gear right now. This is a right now agenda, right? So that whole Agenda 2030, that that was to lead people on. Like that was a red herring, or maybe before it genuinely was a 2030 agenda because they genuinely thought that they had that long. I mean, the scriptures say that his inward desire is that his houses shall continue forever, and his dwelling places shall be to all generations. You know what I'm saying? So Esau does have that in his heart. Like he is deceived to that degree. But now they're singing a different tune because now, the Most High is pretty much manifesting the end before them. So now they got to make this a 2025 thing, right? The situation is more urgent than that. 2025 is the year the elite are earmarking for massive worldwide population decline. And according to Schwab, the goal of reducing the population by more than 6 billion is on track to be achieved. See? Says a BBC journalist reported that she was summoned to Davos earlier this month for the regular meeting where Klaus Schwab briefs the mainstream media on which narratives to promote in order to advance the globalist agenda. The journalist noted that it was her first time attending the monthly media meeting in Davos, though some of her colleagues had been participating for years. She describes Klaus as being strangely emotional, almost as if he were intoxicated, laughing frequently and reminiscing in a sociopathic manner about the depopulation agenda. which he admitted has been intricately planned for decades. See? So this ain't no new thing. Like, they've been planning this for a very long time. Like, you gotta keep in mind that these devils be having 50-year plans, 100-year plans. All right? And they be doing it by the election, or they say, okay, well, we're gonna do this in 5-year increments, or 10-year or 20-year increments. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna happen, this is gonna happen, and this is gonna happen. See? Schwab has every reason to feel confident in the fulfillment of his evil plans. He has recruited the majority of the cabinets and the governments of Western nations, subverting our democracies. Yeah, and he actually made that statement on a live TV. He said that we have penetrated the cabinets of Western governments. You know what I'm saying? So why you think you seeing what's going on in Europe, you seeing what's going on in Canada, America, all these draconian decrees coming down, all these migrants taking an influx into these nations? Why? Because they're all under the same order. They're all under the same agenda. All right, which is the WEF agenda. See, the globalist agenda to maintain Edomite supremacy. Right, this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Esau, he trying to get that birthright. And he figures, well, if I delete majority of people on this earth, then it ain't gonna be nobody left. So the Most High will have to, give us the blessing. That's Esau's twisted, sick, demonic mindset. All right, but it's all gonna fail. See, the mainstream media, the education system, and science have been compromised by the global elite, paid off by eugenicists, billionaires, and megalomaniacs to become mouthpieces of the globalist agenda. So that's pretty much all we can get out of this. You know what I'm saying? We get the point. So yeah, a lot is coming down the pipeline, and these devils is about to bring it. Let's go here. 2nd Ezra 16. Let's go down to 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? So the prophet Ezra, when he was being shown the vision of the last days and what was all of what was going on, he said, woe is me. He said, damn, this is wild. Like, who's going to save me in these days? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna need salvation. Nobody can withstand against this. Like, this is beyond insane, right? 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death. And Yahweh Shai echoed the same sentiment, all right, in Matthew, the 24th chapter, right? The beginning of sorrows, wars, and rumors of wars, pestilence, and nation rising against nation. All these things encompass the manifestation of the last days, the time of Jacob's trouble. Right? And great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear. The beginning of evils, what shall I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right? So, all these things, which are, when you read, what is that, Sirach, I think it's Sirach 38 or 39. It's probably Sirach 39. It speaks about spirits created for vengeance and, famine, and the teeth of wild beasts and things like that. Those are mentioned as spirits of vengeance. You know what I'm saying? It says here that they're sent as scourges for amendment. All right. So because these people are wicked, this is being sent to deal with these people's wickedness. You know what I'm saying? Really is the Most High judgment coming down. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth. Right now, things are still relatively cheap. Like, you can go to the store and get you a loaf of bread for $1, $2. You know what I'm saying? But go in the store and get you a can of beans for, $1 something. You know what I'm saying? But hey, those days are coming to an end because hyperinflation about to set in, because the petrodollar is done and it's losing its value more and more every day. You know what I'm saying? But right now, what? They shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish. So hey, they gonna go back to the spirit world of famine. And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, going into how they was the WEF, Klaus Schwab, talking about 6 billion, right? Check this out. And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down. See, so the scriptures say that the dead in that day shall be cast out as dung. All right, so just like a dog, take a defecate on the grass and just leave it there and just keep on walking. You're gonna be seeing the same thing, like just like dog excrement all over the place. You see, it's it's gonna be like that, man. All right, and just like dog poop, nobody's gonna regard it. All right, nobody's gonna go over there and say, hey, what's this, or I need to deal with this or pick it up. No, the body's just gonna be laying there. All right, the body's gonna lay there. They're gonna decay. You see, and that is gonna lead to more disease. You see. So, the time we coming into, this is an unprecedented time. Brothers go into this every day, but this is the reality of what's about to happen. So we warning Jake to snap out of your delusion, all right, to come out this world and wake up and smell the damn coffee. Otherwise, the Most High is going to reserve this judgment for you. See? And it's going to come when you least expect it too. It says, verse 24, there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it. So it's going to be so few people on this earth. So many people is going to be deleted that it ain't going to be no more farmers. All right. It's not going to be no more people that's looking for work or none of that, because the earth going to be severely depopulated. Right. The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them? Yeah. All the orchards and the vineyards, the trees gonna grow fruit, and there ain't gonna be nobody to, harvest that fruit, man. Okay, the fruit going over ripen, fall to the ground, and just rot, and just return back to the earth. You see, that's what it's gonna be. The grapes shall ripen, and who shall tread them? For all places shall be desolate of men. And this is what Klaus was saying. 6 billion, man. And really, they really want to go higher than that, all right? Because they talking about 500,000 or 500 million, Salakia. So if they talking about 6 million, if there's 8 billion people on the earth right now, then they got to knock off 7.5 billion people. You see? So, hey man, better get your act right. You see? So that all places shall be desolate of men, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice. Just like how it was in I Am Legend with, Will Smith. He was pretty much, or he thought that he was the only one that was left in the city. So much so to where he was so bugged out, like he was so not used to human contact no more, that he started talking to mannequins, really thinking that the mannequins were real people. You see what I'm saying? That's how it's going to be. A man is going to desire to hear the voice of another man. That's how, severely depopulated things is going to be. All right. Now let's go to Jeremiah 30:7, because this, like I mentioned, this coincides with Jacob's trouble. Let me start at 5. Right. For thus saith the Lord, Yahweh Bashim Shai, we have heard a voice of trembling, of fear, and not of peace. Ask ye now, and see whether a man doth travail with child. Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness. Right? So Jeremiah is like, why do I see every man with his hands on his loins? You know what I'm saying? Like they about to give birth. Men don't give birth. Right, but it shows you that what he was seeing, was that men were in such of a what's the word, men were in such of a sorrowful, lamenting, languishing spirit, that they appeared as women that were about to give birth, man. Like they were just in so much pain. See, and all faces are turned into paleness. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even a time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, so, all the prophets, they saw the same thing. They saw the visions of the end. They just saw it at different times. You know what I'm saying? And according to what they saw, they have, different perspectives, but, pretty much it's the same thing: death, destruction, mourning, and woe. That's what all of them pretty much saw, man, because that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? When you read about the end days and what's going to be going on, it's a very consistent what's the word? It's a very consistent so like I'm kind of tired today, but I'm trying my best to work through it. But it's a very consistent detail of events that occur. You know what I'm saying? Famine, the sword, wars, pestilence, like these are main staples of what is going to take place in these last days. See? Yeah, but he shall be saved out of it. Yeah, Jacob shall be saved out of it. Mainly the elect on this go round. All right, all Israel will be saved in the kingdom, but on this go round, only the elect. You know what I'm saying? That precious few number that the Lord has chosen since before the foundation of the earth was even laid. All right, which are gonna receive those crowns, man. That's who the Lord is gonna be with in His time. And our prayer is that we be of that number. To we be kind of worthy to escape these things. 2 Ezra 5:1. Nevertheless, as come in the tokens, behold, the days shall come that they which dwell upon earth shall be taken in a great number, and the way of truth shall be hidden, and the land shall be barren of faith. Yeah, so many shall be taken in a great number. All right, and they're gonna be taken like a thief in the night. Because these people are not watching for what's going on. Like, they not watching the signs of other times. They out here, eating, drinking, being merry, just like in the days before the flood. Not having a care in the world. But meanwhile, while they out there living like that, destruction is being prepared. You see, and the Lord about to open up on these people. But iniquity shall be increased above that which now thou seest, or that thou hast heard long ago. In the land that thou seest now to have root, shalt thou see wasted suddenly. But if the Most High grant thee to live, thou shalt see after the third trumpet that the sun shall suddenly shine again in the night, and the moon thrice in the day. Yeah, so, the land is going to be utterly emptied. Many shall be taken in a great number. And all these events that we see are leading to just that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close out here. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying and informative through the Rakah Kadash. Call Haloim La Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Lord willing, Kum Yasha'Allah, and the Bible Ball. Shalom.